Coming up on Look Today, well, the village of Lake George is seeking $9 million in state grants for the water treatment plant. I've got details. And we've got more reports on the Jenks homicide case in Glens Falls. More on that coming up. Plus, a fatal motorcycle accident in our area is a reminder to everyone that to be careful of motorcyclists on the road. We've got some more details. And it's all ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm J. Hood Jackson and this is Look Today. Tonight's program, I sit down with Donna Frank. She's the Public Relations Director for the Saratoga County Fair, and guess what? We're joined by Jeff Townsend. He's the General Manager, and they're here to talk about the upcoming Saratoga County Fair. I also sit down with Heather Varney. She's the Development and Foundation Director for Saratoga Bridges, and she's here to talk about the White Party event that's happening this weekend. Big deal in Saratoga. Plus, we've got your headline stories. Now, in our lead story, we got an update on a story we've been following. Now, last month, the Lake George Village Board approved a $17 million bond to replace its wastewater treatment plant. Now, the necessity to replace the plant was made clear when the level of nitrate output into the lake exceeded the limit. The DEC issued an order back in 2014 that the village board remedy this issue. Well, now, local leaders shared their plans for the new construction with representatives of the Capital Region Economic Development Council. They hope that $9 of the $17 million will come through in state grants. Well, we spoke to Dave Harrington. He's the superintendent of Lake George Public Works.
Currently, we're under consent order from the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation because of our nitrate limit. We exceed our nitrate limit, so we have to build, essentially we need to build a new plant to adhere to that limit.
Wow, it's an issue that won't go away, and obviously one that has to be treated immediately. In other news, well, we got an update on the Jenks homicide case in Glens Falls. Now, in light of recent murder of Jenks, whose body was found in his Glens Falls home, Kevin Chapman and Robert Henry of Herkimer County were arrested. Now, further reports have revealed that there were other incidents of burglary at the victim's home on Dix Avenue. However, officials do not believe that those are linked to the incident involving Kevin's death. This is getting complicated, and we keep getting more news on it every day. So we'll keep you updated on other reports as we receive information. Switching from news to weather. Hot, humid weather, thunderstorms. It's all here. It was throughout the day, and the likelihood there'll be more tonight. So let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, we're going to head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast. Back to the news. Boy, we got serious news tonight. This is a story that emphasizes the need to be aware of motorcyclists on the road. The risk of a fatal crash is 35 times greater on a motorcycle than in a passenger car. Studies in the past years indicated that 13 cars out of 100,000 cars end up in fatal crashes. Check this out, compared to 72 motorcycles per 100,000. And motorcyclists are about 226 times more likely than passenger car occupants to die in a crash. Now, we're telling you this to raise awareness for it, but also it affects us here in a local story. Paula and Norm Schulzheiser were in a serious accident while riding their motorcycle because of an inattentive automobile driver, and Paula lost her life. Well, because Norm is a veteran, Paula was buried at the Saratoga National Cemetery. Now, she wasn't given full military veterans honors, but we spoke to Norm about his late wife.
She affected so many lives. She was an avid quilter. She quilted for everybody in the church that was going to have a child. She went out of her way to make sure that they had that quilt.
Please be aware of motorcyclists on the road, especially when the weather conditions are less than ideal. And Norm, our condolences here. Everyone here at Look Media go out to you. Up next, I sit down with Donna Frank. She's a public relations director for Saratoga County Fair, and we're joined by Jeff Townsend himself. He's the general manager, and they're here to talk about the upcoming Saratoga County Fair. I also sit down with Heather Varney. Now, she's the development and foundation director for Saratoga Bridges, and she's here to talk about the White Party event that's happening this weekend in Saratoga. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. I've got a couple of lookouts for tonight. First and foremost, Adirondack Theater Festival. Last night was the premiere of a comedy of Manners. It's a very funny play, incredibly well executed. I continue to be so impressed by Chad Rabinovitz and the team he puts together to put on these plays. The first one was terrific, and this one, A Comedy of Manners. You cannot believe the coordination and the spirit on stage, because it's rapid fire and it keeps coming at you, and it is top shelf. So please, support the Adirondack Theater Festival, Comedy of Manners. It's running now till, I don't know, go to the website and find out the times. And the second thing is we've got another episode of Tech Talks. That's the program that I talk to you about occasionally that we've done in conjunction with CEFCU and with the Ballston Spa School System, where we highlight and profile these amazing students involved with TechSmart at the Malta campus of Hudson Valley and just their achievements. And we gave the kids cameras and they shoot it in the field, and Andrew Gabriel's here, produces it and mentors these kids. And we look forward to the premiere of every single one of these. So tonight at 8 o'clock is we're premiering the 4th episode. So catch it. Let us know what you think of it. That's it. Tonight on Look TV, it's sold. That's our call-in auction program, Great Estate Jewelry and Coins. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.